Hello you guys, and welcome to Vlogmas day 13. So what I am doing right now, I'm cooking breakfast. That's what they wanted for lunch, dinner, sorry. So that's what I'm doing right now, and I had to switch out pots. That's why I clicked that on there. Just use it. This is my first time really buying great value water, y'all. I hope everybody is doing good. I got my eggs going. Now I just gotta get my pancakes on. I'm gonna rinse this even though it's clean, just to be on the safe side. And normally I have my kitchen together, but I'm sorry that I don't right now. I gotta go run to the store to get some house needs, but I'm gonna let this water get warm and get my coffee. Guys, I got my sweet potatoes on from yesterday and they are so good. Today I'm gonna be cooking breakfast because that's what they want, and I'm gonna be talking to you guys about life after relocating to a new state. So let me just go ahead and start it. Stop jumping on that sofa. Don't do that again. So y'all know how it is when you're trying to do something and the children don't start acting up until you start doing what you're doing. So yes, that's what's going on right now. But I'm gonna give y'all some tips, because I see a lot of people are trying to move and relocate, y'all. Let me come back over there so I can talk to y'all. Give me 1 second. I might have to make some more pancake batter. Last time was a little too thin. Let's see. Okay, that's good. So, first of all, y'all, you gotta really know that you wanna move somewhere. Because if you don't, you're gonna be getting homesick and you're gonna be ready to move back wherever it is that you move from. So you want to make sure that you're ready for the move. This is like a realistic type vlog, y'all. I got a lot going on. I wanted to sit in front of my background and talk with y'all on this subject, but y'all know I normally come live from my kitchen, and I'm kind of behind. Not really behind, but I have a Bible study that I have to lead tonight. Not really much of a Bible study, but it's like I gotta read some chapters, and I want to actually read these chapters before I go, because last week I read the chapters like with them, but I want to actually read it and know about it this time, and like get my notes and stuff together. And yes, I have been home all day because this is another day that I decided to take off because our time didn't roll into the new year. So I went on ahead and took off. But when you get ready to move to a new state, make sure that you're ready. Make sure you pick somewhere that's not too far from home if you're like a person that's going to always be traveling back and forth. For me, I'm only a little over 6 hours away, depending on where I'm going when I go home, whether I'm going to my mom, my aunt. It could vary because they live a little bit apart. But make sure it's not somewhere too far, somewhere you can just get in your car and drive, especially if you're a parent. Now, I only moved about 2 states over. I have been as far as 4 states over. That I had a lot of anxiety when I did that move because it was unexpected and it was so far. Even though it was only like about a little over 12 hours, 13 hours, that's still much longer than 5 or 6 hours where I can just get in my car and go. So that's one thing. And then another thing, make sure that when you move, especially if you got children, get involved in these Facebook groups, y'all, because y'all know I have a little side hustle. I do have. So when I came out here, it was just heavy on my heart. First of all, when I moved, I didn't even see my apartment until I was coming up here to get the keys. It was very chaotic trying to move because I had to move by myself. But don't let me get you to it. The thing is that when I was moving, I didn't know how I was going to do it. So firstly, land you a work from home job, at least till you get yourself where you're going and you get your feet planted up under you when you get there. Because if you're working a work from home job, more than likely it's remote. More than likely you can get an offer letter, and they will take offer letters when you're moving to another state. You don't have to have check stubs, because sometimes, like for me, I hadn't even started my job. Like it had already been like a month, but I did everything accordingly. And as soon as I moved, my job was starting. So get you a work from home job, and that way wherever you're moving, I know you're gonna have Wi-Fi, so make sure you have that stuff set up. Where I was going, it had been a while since I had my own place, but where I moved to, luckily they had Wi-Fi already in the apartment. So it was a nice apartment. I had a renovated apartment. When I got there, I had this little sunroom. Y'all, I just knew that was God's way of telling me to do hair. Start doing hair. You're in a new state, new beginning. Because that room just stood out. It was so beautiful. I was on the bottom floor, like the ground level floor, basement level, however you say it now, because I was being considerate of neighbors. I knew I was going to have neighbors, and I was like, you know what? I don't want nobody knocking on the door saying that we too loud. So, I had neighbors, and I chose the bottom floor, which I would never do again, because I started to have a lot of like bugs, like the cockroaches, and I'm afraid of bugs. So I had a lot of them. So I will never do that again. But I was being considerate. So I went on ahead and I did mine that way. Now, I'm not gonna lie. This was my first apartment in some years, because my credit wasn't the best. So what you're gonna wanna do, when I call this place, and I was nervous, y'all, I'm not gonna lie, because I knew that my credit, look at this, y'all, that's cute. I knew my credit wasn't good, and I told the lady too. But she was like, hold on, we got a program. And I was like, wait a minute, I don't want to waste your time, and I just don't want to waste your time. I said, is it a guarantee that I can get on this program, or is it possible, like, what's the chances of me getting an apartment? Because I was in a dire need of needing to move at this point. So she was like, no, if you have the money, you could do it. She said most of the time that's the only reason that people don't do it, because they don't have the money to do it. So I was like, okay. Come to find out, they had this program where you go through this company. I did pay like $1,000 for that. And basically you paying somebody to co-sign for you because your credit is not good enough. So you pay them like a month in advance of rent. That's what that money cover, and you don't get this money back. So y'all, I was all for that. I was like, okay, that ain't bad at all. That's not bad at all. So I paid that. When I came and got my keys, I had left my other two babies back at home, and I took the youngest because I know he's a little spoiled. So I basically got up early that morning, and when I got up, I packed the car up. I started doing this while he was still asleep. I packed the car up, and when I packed the car up, I had to make 2 trips. So I took his stroller because I knew we was down some steps. When we got up there, y'all, he had peed and soaked his clothes. But I was trying to get there. And when we got there, I met with the lady in the front office. She gave me the key. She was doing all the paperwork. Gave me this checklist to check. I went in there. It was beautiful, y'all. It was so beautiful. Oh, my goodness. And I wish I would have stayed over there. But it was so beautiful. On a nice side of town. It was just, I knew it was God. I was ducked off. I was all the way in the back of the neighborhood. Real secret, So, got my keys. Girl, it was so hard, y'all, trying to move all that stuff with a baby that's like 2 running around getting. It was raining. And the sun came out when we got there. So when I went into that office, I had his little backpack full of food. I got off this exit to get him a Happy Meal to kind of keep him calm. But we was like 15 minutes away from the place. So by the time I did that, I got him out, changed him, sat down, talked to her. I had him strapped to the stroller, and I was using the stroller to put stuff in. So I was carrying the stroller like down the stairs and back up the stairs. I was so beat. Then I drove all the way back to Georgia to pick up the other 2 babies. And then we came back with some more stuff. For the first few months, maybe like 1 to 2 months, I was back and forth from Georgia. And that's why I said, don't move nowhere if you know that you not ready to move, because I was just back and forth unnecessarily. I will be honest, but it was beautiful. And then I got myself in this group, because back at home we didn't have groups like this. It was like a community of women with kids, like, because a lot of people move in here, so they have like resources and stuff. So they was giving like resources on how to do stuff, you know, real nice people. So I was like, hey, I'm just in a giving spirit. Let me just put that I do hair, and that I'll do hair for back to school tips only. These people was paying me as if they was paying full price, y'all. And that's how I started doing my business here, because they say it's not a lot of people out here that cater to kids, that cater to young kids. Y'all know I do children hair. So I was like, okay, there was nobody but God. Perfect time. I got my little money up, and it was beautiful, y'all. It was really good. That's how I move. It's really different because, like, I don't go home a lot now. I went through a season of not having a car when I got out here. I just had to really just, all I was doing was working from home, and I was making it work, y'all. That's how I move. It feel real peaceful, like not knowing nobody outside of your business. You don't know nobody. You just mind your business. Mostly people here are implants, so they don't be worried about you anyway. They're not on drama and stuff like that. So it's a fresh breeze, you know, being in another state. So if y'all want to move, this might be y'all confirmation. It's not hard, y'all. People back at home gonna put fear and be like, how you just up and move? Don't let that stop you. Do not let that stop you. Look how pretty my pancake. Don't let that stop you. If you want to move, move. You can always go back home. Explore the world. Get out there. Live your life. You can always go back home. You here. So, you know, I'm just excited for this journey. And I pray that y'all are moving. The people that want to move, I pray that y'all move, because it really does feel good if you want a fresh start. The new year is coming. Like I said, I work through Conduit. If y'all want to work through Conduit, y'all can go on their website. My job is from 8 to 4:30 p.m. and I work for like Kentucky. But they have part-time jobs. I'm leaning towards doing part-time too. They do have part-time stuff that y'all can do. All right, so these are my pancakes. I got this for grits. I really haven't mastered grits. So normally what I do, I buy the little instant grits in the pad and just throw them in there. But I was like, let me just try. Because you have to keep adding water, keep stirring, keep doing all that. But yeah, that's how I moved to a different state, y'all. If y'all want like the website, just reach out. But Conduit, when I came up here, I was working with Continuum. And Continuum was okay. I don't know if they have other partners through them like Conduit do, but I know that one thing about them, I didn't like the schedule. I was working with Verizon, and I had already worked with Verizon some years back through Alorica, but that's when they wasn't paying nothing, like over 5 or 6 years ago. I was in the call center. I see that they're asking, like, they're working from home now, because a lot of them don't have no building anymore, because the one I was at, they was getting ready to close down too. But the good thing about that is you know, you at the convenience of your home. Now that works for my situation, because I can't pay $300 a week for daycare, and now my youngest is in preschool, so I just can't pay that kind of money for daycare. So that's why I like working from home. Now, thank God he's in school, but in this case that he wasn't, you know, that's another bill. That's like more than rent, trying to pay that. And it's higher up here for daycare than it is back at home. Than it is back at home. So with Continuum, Verizon had me working some crazy hours. I think I was working from like 9 to 7, and I couldn't attend to the kids or help them with homework. It was hard. But then I ended up leaving and finding Conduit. Now, one thing about Conduit, I have been on several projects with them in the past year, but one thing about it, they're not going to leave you hanging. They're going to make sure you got a job. So that's the good thing with that. Other than that, though, I feel like it was a good opportunity. Like, my schedule just got better and better. When I say that, I just mean, like, now I'm working 8 to 4:30. It really don't get no better than that, you know. And I help with, like, SNAP and Medicaid. The Medicaid we really don't do, but we do handle a lot of SNAP. So with that being said, I do I like that schedule. It's too big, too small. I like that schedule. So they got shoe boxes, I think. So I like it, you know, I like the schedule. It can be overwhelming when you're doing call center because, you know, you're dealing with people and their problems and stuff. But it's very rewarding because sometimes I just be happy to speak to people. I be like, you know, speak life into people and lift them up and stuff like that. That's how I be. Because sometimes you just don't know. You might be the one that makes somebody have a good day just by being nice, you know. So that's how I be looking at it. But other than that, I really overall want to work for myself because I need the flexibility with being a mom. I just need to be able to work for myself. And that's just that. And I think I'm going to always have that objective to that because I do have, there's other things that I could be doing. But other than that, I'm not going to complain because it's a lot of people that are looking for work and don't have jobs. So overall, I try to be grateful for my situation because there's always room to grow, you know. But if you want to move, go ahead and move. Don't be scared. You know, you can always go back home if it don't work out. Give yourself a few months, but make sure you get into these groups, these Facebook groups, because you can meet some nice people. Like, they got a group out here. They do a lot of things with each other, but I'm socially awkward, even though I get on here. You know, like, I love people, but I can be socially awkward, so I wouldn't even really know what to do or say. So I don't really just put myself out there like that to be going places with them. But it's nothing personal. It's just you have to be guarded sometimes. You know, people can be very crazy. So I just stay in my little bubble, work, take the children to school, do hair. When I have to go out, I go out. But other than that, I don't. Now, one thing I do want to do is get the kids more active outside of the house. With them having ADHD, yeah, I said that right. Because I know I talk fast. And like that, stuff like that, I got to start cracking down on the stuff I'm feeding them and putting them into some, you know, sports and stuff. But I hope y'all enjoy this video. It wasn't intended to be long. I just wanted to come on here and do the topic that I had told you guys I was going to do. That's the topic y'all chose. When I can think of some more topics, I will get them out here. Or if y'all have any topics in mind, just let me know. Let me show y'all how the food look.